Morning, world. September 1st, 2009. John Creaney Jr. posted a note today about the loss of his father. Back in 2007, today was John Sr.'s birthday. And it gave me thought about our dads. The stories that, for the most part, are all gone because the previous generation has, for the most part, left us. I know there are a few moms and dads still out there, and hopefully you generations that were born by them are capturing those stories for posterity, for your grandchildren, whatever. The interesting part about our parents is they were, of course, the children of the Depression. They were the children and the adults of World War II. You can go back to the Audubon Monument and see many names there of the ones who served. My uncles' names are on there, Gus and Al Gommel. You may also see, of course, the children, essentially they were children that did not survive. And there are names missing back there. There was an Audubon resident who was an MIA in Korea whose name is not back there, very sadly. But it brings to mind these stories. I didn't know my father real well, but of all the people I knew in Audubon, most of them were veterans of World War II and Korea. My Uncle Joe was on bombers there in Europe and survived. Over 100,000 individual men, boys, died in those planes just in the bombers in World War II. I didn't know my father real well, but he was a D-Day vet, Utah Beach, one of the lesser battled beaches, so he survived that. He told me he got shot in the butt once. Never talked about the action. Most of those veterans didn't talk about the action they were in. I know Mr. Cliff Cowan, he was, I believe, an Army veteran. He used to tell us stories around the campfire when we were in Boy Scout camp. But you know, they didn't register back then. Only now as adults can we think back to what our parents told us, the stories of our great-grandparents, where they came from, where their great-grandparents were from. My family didn't tell many of those stories. So I guess my short commentary for today is whether you write them down or put them in an audio tape or you do what I do here on YouTube. Most of you have some great stories out there, whether it's a funny one or something poignant about the previous centuries. We're talking about going back 80-some years in history now, which is a pretty long time. My grandparents were born just at the turn of the century, and the stories probably they could tell. I know my grandfather was a merchant in the Merchant Marines back when he was a boy, and he even had a little diary that I always wanted, and after he died I didn't get. But that's lost to history. But anyhow, just a little commentary today about moms and dads and stories. So hopefully this will encourage some of you to capture those stories before we're gone. And if we don't, that's 80 years of history gone. And then the next thing you start on is your own history. As they say, the stories we can tell. This is Gus and Arnie saying bye now and have a good day.